Hello, my algebra students. Today we're doing notes on transformations. So we're going our transformations today. We're just going to take some formal notes on going left and right and up and down. So we should have this piece of paper right here. It's got this chunk cut out of here for you. Backside looks like this. We got IHOD up here. We've got over here. Where we're going to be writing stuff is actually over here. Let's start with our IHOD. Now, IHOD right here, what we're talking about here is shifts left and right. So we'll make that clear here. We're going left / right. Excuse me. So left and or right here. Now, this acronym we have here, this IHOD right here, IHOD, it's an acronym. The I stands for inside. So really it's inside parentheses. Okay, so the I stands for inside parentheses. Now, the next piece, H. That means what we're doing is a horizontal shift, which again refers to the left and right. So horizontal meaning left and right. Okay, so when we're having a horizontal shift, it's inside the parentheses. Now, something we noticed yesterday while we were working on our worksheet yesterday is that our O, that stands for opposite direction. Now, we'll talk about that in a second when we do some examples. But again, remember yesterday, when we're inside the parentheses, we went in the direction opposite of what we thought was intuitive. Okay? All right, from here, I've got, what's my last one? I got a D. Now, D stands for domain. Okay, remember domain talks about x's. X's, our x direction on our coordinate plane is left and right. So, let's start us off here. We've got an example we're going to do right here. We've got an equation. We've got the equation y equals, and then we're going to have x. And it's going to be, what did I do? Plus 2 squared. Notice, this is inside the parentheses. All right, we're going left and right. It's always inside the parentheses. Okay, that's our x direction. Now, let's graph it down here. Let's actually use, our calculator. So we'll grab our calculator. Turn it on. We'll go here, and we'll go y equals, and we'll do our x plus 2 squared, just like that. Type it in just how you see it right here. Second table takes us to our graph, and so we'll plot what we have here. This graph we have here only goes from -5 to +5 in both directions, so we got to make sure that it fits in both. 1, 9 is not going to fit, but 0, 4 will. That's right here. Okay, so we can go up to look at the rest of them. Look, there's our symmetric pairs. 4 and 4, 1 and 1. Our vertex should be -2, 0 right there. We've got another point in between. We've got -3, 1. We've got a -1, 1. And then we've got -4, 4 right there. So we've got this guy looking right like that. Okay. So this one has shifted 2 units to the left. So we're going to say this one is left 2. Now you may be wondering, shifted in comparison to what? Well, let's just say it was just x squared, our parent function. So our parent function would start at 0, 0. That's where its vertex would be. And then the vertex of this one is at -2, 0. So it shifted over 1, 2 units. So that's why we say left 2. Okay. Let's do an example where we're going the other way. Let's make this one y equals, and then this will be x, and then we'll have -3 squared. Okay? So this one, we can come back to our calculator. Let's change that to a -3. Oops. There we go. Okay? This time, look over here. These are all huge, way off the scale. 0, 9. Nope, can't use that one. But we can go down here. Now this is all shifted over here. 1, 4 would be right here. 1, 4. We've got 2, 1, 2, 1 right there. We've got 3, 0, 3, 0, 4, 1 right there. And then 5, 4 is right here. Okay, so we'll make our U-shaped parabola here. Okay, we notice that this time, compared to 0, 0, our vertex went 1, 2, 3 to the right. Now, before moving on to over here, let's doing the up and down ones. Let's solidify this real quick. Check it out. All of these left and rights are inside the parentheses, so that's the I from our IHOD. Okay, they're all horizontal shifts, meaning left and right. Now, the opposite direction. Our positive x direction is to the right. But notice when we're adding 2, we go to the left. That's where the opposite comes in. Okay? So when we're adding 2 in the parentheses, really that means we're going to the left 2, which is the opposite of what we would think. Over here, we subtract 3. The negative x direction is to the left. But instead, we go to the right 3. So again, that's where that opposite direction comes into play. Okay? X is the D, that's just to remind us. Domain is what we're changing. Okay? Even though it really doesn't change because we got arrows, but domain is what we're affecting. Okay? So now, down here, let's do our over. So now we've got this one right here, over. Okay, that's what we're looking at now. So right here, over. Let's do our acronym first here. We've got outside parentheses right here. That's what our O stands for. Parentheses. This is just like what we did with lines. We only went up and down, and that was always outside the parentheses. Okay, so outside the parentheses. And then this one, the V, stands for vertical shift. Vertical shift. Okay, vertical meaning up or down. Okay, so we're either going up or down, compared to horizontal being left and right. Let's see. This E here. So now we have an E. This stands for exact. Exact direction. Okay, and unlike our horizontal shifts, where it's the opposite, over here with our vertical shifts, they're exactly what we would expect. We'll see what that means in just a minute. And then the R for over stands for range, which just means our Y's. That's all we're talking about. We're just talking about Y's. Okay, so it'll affect our range. Okay, a couple examples. This one's a little different. Y equals x squared plus 1. Okay. Notice the plus 1's outside the parentheses, so it fits our mold here. It's going to be a vertical shift in the exact direction we expect. Okay. So it should be shifting up 1 because that's the positive x, or sorry, the positive y direction. Let's go back to the calculator to make sure. Okay, so we'll clear that out. We've got x squared plus 1. Okay. Second graph takes us to our table. Let's take a look. Let's see what fits. 5 would work, so negative 2, 5 right here. Okay, that's exactly on our edge. Negative 2, let's see, negative 1, 2. Negative 1, 2 is right there. We've got 0, 1. Oops, 0, 1, that'd be right there, not that one. Okay. Let's see. Then we've got 1, 2. 1, 2 is right there. And then 2, 5. 2, 5 right there. So that's what we're looking like. Okay. Notice, we went up 1 in the exact direction we expected, right? Vertical shifts go in the exact direction. So it's what we expect. Plus 1 outside the parentheses means we're going up 1. Okay, we're going in the positive y direction. Okay, so let's do one with the opposite. Let's do y equals, we'll do x squared minus 4. We'll do that on this one. Okay. We should expect that since we're going in the exact direction that this be down 4. I'm really confident in that because I'm writing that in marker. Okay, let's switch that over. Let's see, x squared instead of plus 1, it's minus 4. Take us to our table. Now we have lots more points. Negative 3, 5 is on there. Negative 3, 5 is right there. 2, negative 2, 0. I've got negative 1, negative 3, -1, -3, and then 0, -4. Notice, here's my left side of my parabola, because that's my vertex right there, -0, -4. Now I can use my axis of symmetry, which is the y-axis itself, to actually come up with the other points. I don't even need this anymore. I should have 1, -3 right here. I should have 2, 0 right here. And I should have 3, 5 right here. Notice they're both the same distance away from my axis of symmetry, which would be the y-axis in this case. 3 and then 3. It's like a mirror. 2 and then 2. 1 and then 1. Okay, let's connect our dots. Okay, so it's just like that. So now this is what it looks like. Little recap before we actually fold it. Horizontal shifts inside the parentheses. So we should be inside the parentheses. It's a horizontal shift, meaning left and right. And we go the opposite direction of what we expect. Positive x means we're going in the negative x direction. -3 means we're going in the positive x direction. Okay? Now, outside the parentheses, though, we're changing our y's. It means it's a vertical shift going up or down. It's the exact direction we expect, which means that if we add 1, we're going up 1, which is the positive y direction. We subtract, we're going in the negative direction, which is down. And that's exactly what we expect. So the last thing we're going to do, we're going to take this, we're going to fold it. So we're going to take it, and we want to fold the IHOD over so that it covers your graphs like this. Okay, we want to cover the graphs just like that. That's the first thing we'll do. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with the over right here. So we're going to take this, we're going to fold it over so that it covers my graphs. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, so it'll just look just like this. This part right here looks awfully blank and lonely, but when we come back from the break, we'll fill this out because there's going to be some other stuff that we want to talk about with our shifts and our transformations. But for today, we're going to stick with going left and right and up and down. We'll call that good. So check it out. I'm back. Glue here. So I think where we are is page 32 in our notebooks. So page 32 of our notebooks, we'll put some glue on there, plop that into page 32, and we are good to go. All right. Excellent.